Welcome, solar panel cleaners. Welcome to the Solar Panel Cleaning Podcast. Today, we're diving into an important topic. We're going to be talking about some solar panel cleaning degradation and, solar panel degradation and solar panel defects, and why it's important to talk about solar panels, solar panel cleaners. We'll also talk about a few things that have taken place this week and get into that. Maybe answer some questions as well. Hope everybody's week has been good. Let's see what we got going on here. So earlier, leading up to this, there's a little bit that goes into this. This isn't just this podcast right here, this episode. We've had a couple things that have taken place here. There was some general discussion about a percentage loss on solar panels, and that took place in the Facebook group. And then I also had a mini episode that I did earlier this week. So hopefully you caught that and got into a little bit about what we're talking about here. I'm not exactly agreeing with one other side. Someone said that I had flip-flopped the sides, and that's not it. I think we're leading to a bigger answer here. There's a bigger part of this that maybe we're not fully grasping. You can't just say, hey, here's a clear-cut answer to it. But all these things that we're looking at here that we're going to be talking about on this episode today is generally directed about solar panels and what we're seeing out there. The questions that I see a lot, or that I get asked a lot, either whether in the group or on the YouTube channel, is the different types of discoloration, blemishes, and problems with solar panels that people are seeing out there. I don't know how many times there are posts that show up in the group where there are someone has seen something on solar panels and they're not sure what it is. So we're going to talk about a little bit what that is. There's a difference between degradation and the defect, and why. By pointing these two things out, it can be very important for us. You want to join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. As it won't always be myself. I'm going to have different people on the show as well. We'll interview people. We'll talk about different things in the solar panel cleaning community, different types of, got a little text message here, different equipment that is new and out there, and what's taking place in the community, basically. So let's get right into this, because there's a lot. So why is it important for us to be talking about this, about the degradation of solar panels and the defects of solar panels? How does it tie in to the loss of efficiency on solar panels? Well, there's a few different things here. What we're looking at is different types of things that take place, like failures within the solar panels that may come from the manufacturer, or possibly in transit or installation. That's a little bit different. Or defects that are caused. And I actually am going to throw an installation in this as well, because they kind of go hand with both of them. Or different things from the elements around, like weather and whatnot. There are different types of elements that take place that can have an effect on the solar panels. So when we talk about the efficiency, when we talk about increasing the solar panel efficiency or the decrease in it, these are the things that we're actually talking about here. Now, just to be very specific about this, now I'm going to go over a few different things here. The solar panel degradation refers to the gradual decrease in efficiency and power output of solar panels over time. Factors such as exposure to sunlight, temperature variations, and environmental conditions can cause small changes in the performance of solar cells. This degradation is usually measured as a percentage of the original power output, and is taken into account when estimating the loss Okay. There we go. Back into it. Yeah, I got a phone call. You know, I mean, I've got to use my phone and my computer to do this. So there becomes an issue right there. Degradation. Um, it's important to understand these different types of things that are taking place that you see out there in the field. So we're going to go into it in a deeper point of view. I'm actually probably going to have to get up and you'll walk with me to go get the keys from Mike when he gets here. But what's everybody? What's up for Mitch? To Mitch out in Australia. What's up, man? Solar Cleaning King. What's up, guys? All right. These first parts are kind of potential induced degradation. This is a phenomenon where voltage potential between the solar panels and the frame causes a drop in panel performance over time. When looking at a solar panel installed on a residential rooftop, it may be challenging to visually identify PID, potential induced degradation, without specialized equipment or testing. PID doesn't have any specific visible characteristics that can be observed with the naked eye. The degradation occurs at the cell level, and the overall impact may result in reduced power output and efficiency of the entire panel or system. So, this potential induced degradation. This is again something that can come from the solar panel, the system itself. Um, Bear with me here. Light induced degradation. Some solar cells may experience first few hours of days or exposure to light, which is known as LID, but it stabilizes after this initial period. So there's a few different key points here with this light induced degradation. We're talking about UV factor and the sun. Is it able to get to all the light absorption of the for the solar panel for it to get to its optimal output? In the mini episode, I talked about the optimal output versus the actual output. So if you haven't watched that, go back and check that out because that's very beneficial. Overall, when this does happen with this light induced degradation, and we're going to get to when we start talking about the defects and getting in that, this will actually play a part into it, or the PID as well. But there, well, let's just keep going. I don't want to get. I feel like if I say anything now, I'm going to give it away, so I don't want to talk too much. Okay. By the way, this is going to be available. I'm going to put this link up at the end of this little presentation. It's available through our drive on Gmail on Google. Well, that sounded goofy. I don't know what Gmail is. Anyway, so it's going to be available, so you can go and check it out. Potential induced corrosion, PIC. This occurs when there is an electrolytic reaction between the solar cells and the module's metallic components due to moisture or humidity, leading to performance or degradation. So we've kind of seen this right here, and I think it's starting to give away with the EVA, the encapsulate, which we're going to be talking about that. But you can see down here this before and after. Just in this little example right here, there is a power loss of 17%. And the first one, the second one looks like it's 22%. And it even looks, if you look close, you know, right above that 22%, looks like there's a little crack. So different kind of damages takes place with this potential induced corrosion. A lot of times when I see the pictures that are posted up on the group, and people are asking about different things. It is the backing is coming loose, and there's humidity that's getting in there, or moisture that's building up, and that's basically how that takes place. A little bit more UV degradation. So the yellow spots, yellowish brownish spots, which we're going to get a little bit more into when we talk about the defects, but long-term exposure to ultraviolet radiation can degrade the encapsulation materials and reduce the efficiency of the solar panels. Well, we all know that solar panels have a lifespan of 15 to 25 years to 30 years, depending on the make and model of the solar panel installation and the maintenance of the solar panels. All this stuff kind of goes together. So with that, long-term exposure can cause a problem. When we get in here and talking about hot spots, this is going to be tied together. I'm going to be talking about flat solar panels. I'm actually going to be bringing up the siphon drainage clips, but because I think they all kind of roll together. Thermal degradation. Elevated temperatures can accelerate the aging process of solar cells and decrease their efficiency. Heat-related degradation can occur due to factors like high ambient temperatures and inadequate ventilation. Oh, hold on one second. Hold on. Is that the door? All right, good. All right. Hey, what's up? Well, there we are. Well, I'm still on. I hear that. Right here. All right. Good day. All right, we'll talk later. I'll message you. All right. Hey, thank you so much. All right, late. As soon as I'm almost done. Okay. All right. You take care of your brother. I'll be right back. You. Oh, see, Dave. All right. Let me finish this up here before it gets all crazy around here, guys. Oh boy. Yes, I will be able to share this again. Your boy is at the door. That would be Mike. Mike was getting back for his residential appointment. Thanks again, Mike. He's out there killing it for the residential cleanings for me right now. There are some cleanings that I've done. One in particular in Borrego Springs in I would say, the third, fourth year, maybe fifth year of my cleaning, somewhere around there. And the temperatures were just ridiculous. Not only is it hard to work in temperatures like this, it makes it very complicated. You don't want to move. You feel just drained. Everything feels claustrophobic. There's also what it does on the solar panels. Too much heat actually has a reverse effect on solar panels, and it can decrease the actual output or the efficiency of solar panels. And over time, there can be an issue with it. People think right now, as it's been raining for the better half of this year in California, which is very unusual, but people think that the heat actually improves the efficiency of solar panels. It's not the heat. It's actually the UV absorption. But let's see here. Let me check something out real quick. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 minute. We'll go on to the next part of this. All right. I'll see you guys very shortly. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. You just happened to be that today is a little bit of a situation, and my wife is still at work, so I didn't want to postpone the episode. So I was like, let's go ahead and make this happen. All right. Thermal degradation, like I said, people think that the heat actually gives you more efficiency with solar panels, but it doesn't. It actually has the opposite effect of it. So when your customers think that they're waiting for the heat to book their solar panels, their solar panel cleaning, that's false. You want to go ahead and tell them that they're not going to get more. That's not going to be the situation. Soiling, as we know, is the main thing that causes a problem in the reduction of the efficiency of solar panels. Accumulation of dirt, dust, pollen, and other debris on the surface of solar panels can reduce the amount of sunlight reaching the cells and thus decrease their performance. Obviously, otherwise, what would we be doing? By the way, Dr. Pepper. But as you can see here, flat solar panels. I want to talk specifically about flat solar panels because recently I have found that I've fallen in love with the siphon drainage clips. I'm not promoting any one particular. I don't have a company to throw out there, so you're welcome to look in on that as you will. I don't have a link for you at this moment. Maybe in the future I might have a link for a specific brand, but at the moment, here's what it comes down to, and we're going to be talking about hot spots and scaling and a few other different things. But basically, when we look at solar panels, and a couple of you guys have put some pictures and you've posted about that little bottom line, that's kind of like what the dirt does, depending on how it accumulates at the bottom of solar panels. With the flat panels, you'll have like this group right here, this top picture. You'll have all these panels where they'll have a collection of dirt in the bottom right hand side, and it'll be like a triangle of dirt that sits there and that burns the cells underneath them, and that right there causes burn spots. Those are the things that you're looking for when you do the thermal inspection. You're looking for that kind of stuff, the burn cells. The cells burn out from right there. There's a loss of energy. The energy is going in, it's a little bit different, so it causes problems. And whether it's a string or it's a solar panels that have microinverters, it can affect differently. So, potential shading. If solar panels are subject to partial shading, either from nearby objects or vegetation, it can lead to localized hot spots or reduced power output. Obviously, shading, any kind of shading that's on solar panels, you want to look for in the system and report it to your customers, whether it's on a residential or commercial level. We're doing our visual inspections. This is part of it. When we go up there and we do a visual inspection, the one thing that it is kind of like a thought here is where that shadow is casting it. Is it sitting there nonstop? So if you have a solar panel like this photo in this bottom right, there's a chimney right there. Is that shadow just casting on those solar panels just pretty much all while the sun is out? What effect does that have on the solar panels? Okay, not just the output, but what effect does it have on the solar panels? So I just real quickly, when we talk about there's a production loss in solar panels, we talk about the optimal output and the actual output, then this is where we're starting to judge, what's taking place and have, kind of an idea of, hey, there's a loss here. And this is when we start using the formulas, or at least the formula in the simplest nature, which again is in the mini episode that came out, I think yesterday or the day before that. Aging. Over time, solar panels naturally undergo gradual aging, resulting in a decrease in efficiency and power output. And these ones are haggard. Man, those solar panels are haggard. Looks like in the background, I just found this photo because I thought it was a really good one to share, but it looks like these are like solar panels that you would find somewhere near the beach, like 50 years from now. They look very, very bad. Dr. Pepper. All right, let's see where we're at this. Okay, we're halfway through this. This podcast is sponsored by SolarTech, solar panel and PV surface cleaning school. Yeah, sometimes my tongue is too big for my stupid mouth. Become a certified solar panel cleaner company and initiate your first steps in safety, offering multiple courses. That's SolarTech and also the expert safety services. You can get this right now. The link is going to be in the description of the video, so go over there and check that out. You're also supporting Solar Panel Cleaning Friends, the group, and the podcast when you click on the link, and that's our affiliate link. You can go over there and purchase the course. It's very helpful. There's a lot that's on there, and even a small residential course from me. Nothing big, just a little bit of something to give you some help, and hope you got some from that. We're halfway through this, and now we're on to defects, and these are the things that we're really going to be talking about that you guys are probably experiencing. You're seeing this kind of stuff as you're out there. These are the stuff that you're posting and why. Solar panel defects refer to manufacturing or material flaws that can affect the performance or durability of panels. These defects can include issues such as faulty wiring, delamination, cracked cells or microfracture cracks, hot spots, or connection problems. Defective solar panels may experience reduced efficiency, lower power output, or even complete failure, necessitating repairs or replacements. Dr. Pepper. So, hotspots. Okay, now this is a good one, and I think kind of nails like a lot of the questions that are out there. Hopefully, you stuck around here because we're really good into the meat and potatoes of this. This picture right here, the top left hand corner, you see that little discoloration? That's what a lot of people are seeing. I don't know how many people have gone up to a rooftop and seen that right there. All of us as solar panel cleaners, right? Hotspots are localized areas on a solar panel where excessive heat is generated due to defects or shading. They can lead to decreased efficiency, cell damage, and potential panel failure. So, I mean, there's a whole slew of things that can take place. In the top right-hand corner of this picture right here, if you see that little red outline on those shadows, that's that shadow that I was talking about, like in the chimney. That can create hot spots because it's a difference in the heat, and it starts to push out. The cells start to push out, causing issues. And that's how a cell burns out. In the bottom picture, you'll see that regular picture on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, that is the thermal imaging photo. That's the solar cells that are burnt out. Those are the hot spots. Those are the problems that are causing issues and lowering the efficiency. So it's not just solar panels are dirty. You go out there, you clean them, and that's what's going on. A lot more can take place right at the surface of this, and you have microfracture cracks or cell cracks. We've all seen these. Cracks in solar cells can occur during manufacturing, transportation, or installation. These cracks can impair the electrical connectivity and structural integrity of the panel, affecting its performance. So we see this a lot. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I get up onto a residential roof. I'm going to talk about this residential and commercial, but with residential, I see it more prominent than commercial. But there are various reasons, I think. One, the solar panels themselves, I think we experience, or at least the solar panel cleaning industry experience, a lot of poor manufactured solar panels up to 2015. I think it was when there started to be more strenuous laws out there to stop and protect homeowners and solar panel owners from that type of stuff. But there is a lot of crappy panels out there, crappy panels that are out there, and that is an issue. And so when we come across that, it is a possibility. In fact, it's a high possibility that it's lowering the efficiency of that solar panel. You're not going to get shocked from it. It's not like a broken solar panel, which I don't have in here. And I realized that a couple of seconds before we went live. But a broken solar panel is definitely different from a microfracture crack or a cell crack, because that's underneath the glass. All right, that's the solar wafer, the solar cell. So that's still the glass is fine, which is tempered glass. But with the tempered glass, when it spider webs or breaks or busts, it's then open to electric shock. You definitely don't want to clean any kind of broken solar panels ever. Want to emphasize that. And real quickly, your residential solar cleaning course was very detailed, great content. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment very, very, very much. I have a lot to share, and I tried to get it all in. And at some point, I actually just had to give it up and turn it over to Carla and just say, "Here, I can't do anymore." But thank you. I appreciate that, and hopefully, we're learning more on these episodes. We should be expanding solar panel cleaning and our thoughts on this, and it shouldn't be, and this is the third time that we've done this podcast, and we shouldn't be just like talking to each other and being like, hey, solar panel cleaning is awesome, nor should it be a sell-a-thon. It shouldn't just be a sell-a-thon. We should be expanding our minds on here, which is the whole point of Solar Panel Cleaning Friends. By the way, we started this in 2018, 2017, 2018. I want to say August of 2018. This group has been awesome, and I love everybody that's been. It's had its ups and it's down. Mostly it's ups. We're now up to 6,000 members, and it's awesome. So in this group, the reason why I started it is in the very beginning, I didn't have any kind of information that I could really seek to online. I had a mentor who got me started in commercial solar panel cleaning, but when I wanted to expand and to do other things with the brush and grow, I didn't know where to go. That rhymed. I didn't mean to, but I didn't know where to go. So I started this group right here, which was based off another group. The truth is with that is I saw another group and it was called Escondido Friends, which is the city I lived in. So I thought, solar panel cleaning friends, we can all communicate together. So that's what we're going to be doing, and hence why we're talking about something that is educational and informational. This right here, though, the delamination, I think that besides the yellowish brownish discoloration, I see this post a lot, and it is the backing is come loose, and there's moisture that's gotten in there. There's some sort of separation that encapsulate has gotten loose, and I got another one coming up here that's it's pretty. I don't want to say it's cool because that sounds very geeky, but it is kind of cool. And I actually ran into it quite a few times. I've ran into all these ones, but the one I'm talking about, I've only ran into once and scared the hell out of me. Delamination. Delamination refers to the separation of different layers within a solar panel. It can occur due to moisture ingress or manufacturing defects, causing a decrease in efficiency and potentially exposing the cells to environmental damage. So that's basically, we're getting into the degradation from the weather, and location dictates everything. So the weather around it is going to cause a problem. I have a customer who is one of them who is in a very wet type of area, and there's, hold on one second, let me give me 1 second here. Gonna need 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're getting through this. We're actually coming to the end of here really soon. We should be coming good here. Delamination. Okay. So basically, what here's where I was at. I remember here. This delamination. This is the problem that I'm seeing the most with people that are posting in the group and what's taking place. That delamination is that backing that's coming loose, and there's been some moisture that's gotten into the solar panel itself, and it's causing an issue with it, causing it to delaminate and kind of pull apart. So that's what that picture is. It almost looks like somebody kind of injected like air in it, and just ran. Well, it's like tape that it is, you know, sticking on glass, and you're looking through the glass, and water's gone onto it, and it's kind of losing its stickiness. It's delamination. Junction box issues. Now, I'm including this because there's the junction box on solar panels. We just recently did a commercial job where there was oh wow, I would say maybe 100 solar panels that had huge issues with the junction boxes, and the wires were hanging down. And when I really looked into it, I actually asked for help from Jesus Megianos. But then when I really got into it and started looking at some things, I noticed that there was really big issues. Things were missing and broken. We were by an area that was near the beach, and so, you know, due to location dictates everything, due to the elements around it, it just worked that system. I did not fix it just yet. We're actually going to go back and take care of it and zip tie it and do a few other things. But Dr. Pepper, defective or poorly sealed junction boxes can lead to water ingress, electrical malfunctions, and decreased performance. So, you know, when we're talking about our visual inspection, that's where we're seeing this stuff. You're looking, I threw this in here because you're not only looking for that yellowish discoloration, the hot spots, the dirt accumulation, or anything like that, you know, that kind of stuff. We're also looking underneath the solar panels. We're looking there for bird poop. So you look there to see what's going on. There is, and I think, let's see if it's in here, if I got it in this. Okay, it's towards the end, so I'm not going to say that just now. But the next one, wiring and connection problems. We've probably all heard of the problems with Walmart. Okay, the Walmart, we've seen the videos. I know I've posted them. The problem with Walmart and their rooftop solar panels is that they had wiring problems. Like I was just saying, there's wiring issues, faulty or damaged wiring. Loose connections or poor soldering within the panel or system can result in power loss, electrical issues, or even safety hazards. So basically, these solar panels, the installers had an issue with them. They didn't connect things correctly. I think it was more as it was a combination of that and then just degradation of the wires. They actually had played an effect and caught on fire. So as you can see right here, this kind of stuff happens, and it's scary. It's not just one solar panel. It's a whole solar array. It's a whole row, man. And that can be for, sorry about that. Somebody will take offense to that. The on a commercial side, it will have an effect to it. But as a residential side, that's when you see like these homes that are burnt up and caught on fire. They're usually the videos on that you find on YouTube are of them, just that home from the news. All right, this next one, this one is the scary one that I was referring to earlier. Backsheet degradation, and that's the moisture getting in. There's a whole slew of things that could take place. The backsheet is the protective layer on the rear side of the solar panel. If the backsheet degrades due to UV exposure, moisture, or other factors, it can compromise the panel's durability and electrical insulation. So we're at this residential, and it's over by the college area. First off, to get up to the rooftop on one side of it, the pitch must have been like, I don't know, 12-12, it seemed like. But you get up to the top, and then there's a small area on the other side of the rooftop, kind of goes like this, and then kind of flattens out. And that's where the solar panels were at. We had noticed that one of the solar panels was broken, but as opposed to being the whole solar panel, and I don't think I said this, but when a solar panel breaks, it's the glass on it. It's not just part of the solar panel. The entire solar panel, the glass all the way through, spider webs and goes all over the place. And that's a broken solar panel, and that's what you'll see. But these right here, you know, just be a burn spot. It might not actually go through the glass. It's still kind of dangerous. If it gets through the glass, then it's ultra dangerous. But basically, you got that backing, and when that backing, that white part gets loose, you can see in that top picture, that's that blow from underneath. That's what takes place. So we're up in this rooftop, and we're getting ready to clean, and Mike's on the far left side, spraying down, and I'm on the right side, and I notice it, and I go, wait, hold on. And I go over there, and I take a look, and I'm looking at close on top of the solar panel, and I see kind of like a blow, like it's a burn. And I'm like, what the heck is this? I look underneath it, and it's exactly that. The backing of it, that left-hand picture up there, that's exactly what it looked like. The backing had blown, and it had burnt out. So we didn't clean it. It had broken, did it break the glass on that one? It didn't spider web out, but right now thinking about it, I feel like it did crack a little bit. I think it might have cracked a little bit, but didn't really matter if it did crack a little bit or if it was just underneath. Knowing that, I didn't want to do that whatsoever. Hold on one second. Okay, I've got a thing. I'm almost done here. I gotta keep this short. There's so much that I could talk about. I can actually stay on the live stream for hours and hours talking about solar panels. I really never get into the bulk of what I want to talk about solar panels and solar panel cleaning. But the yellow spots on the EVA, the ethanol vinyl acetate encapsulate layer of the solar panels, is another form of discoloration that can occur over time. That's that long period infection or degradation. That's that UV degradation. EVA is a common material used to encapsulate and protect the solar cells within the panel. Yellowing of the EVA layer can be caused by various factors, including exposure to UV radiation, heat, moisture, and environmental pollutants. So remember, heat is not beneficial for solar panels. Heat's actually negative for solar panels. So, that backing comes loose. That EVA encapsulate layer has a problem. The moisture can get in there. Heat can get in there. It can damage the wiring and the connectors, as we had talked about. All this together. So you see, that's why we mentioned earlier, some of these things, that I didn't get in too deep of it, because this is where they kind of all tie together, is this ability, if for any reason a solar panel has the moisture, an additional amount of UV radiation or extra sun, if you want to say, heat, moisture, or any kind of other environmental pollutants, this is where we got these different types of issues. This is where we have the hot spots. This is where we have broken solar panels, and not just because of hail or because there's a house that's by a golf course and a golf ball hit it. These are the reasonings. These factors can lead to chemical changes and degradation of the EVA material, resulting in the yellowish discoloration. So when you see these types of things, that's what's basically going on, is the EVA is starting to fail. It's getting old. There's been degradation, whether it be from sun, just aging, like we were talking about, or if that backings come loose and there's been moisture or heat's gotten in it and it's affected the cables. Maybe there's an overheating of the solar cells. We talked about burnt spots and solar cells getting too hot or overpowering themselves. That's what's taking place now. I'm also going to throw in this. There was some solar panels, like I said, in earlier times, manufacturers that had manufactured some solar panels that are really crappy. And the story is, the conspiracy story, and you can check out, there's some articles about this, is that they're from India, that a lot of the solar panels from India before 2015 or roundabouts up until that time had issues because of the EVA and poor manufacturing. But that's, I can't confirm that nor deny that. That's just a story that's an FYI. Fun fact, as I would say to Mike, I always like to say fun fact, which he does not like that. Every time I say fun fact to Mike, he always responds with, "It's not fun. It's never fun," which I don't know. I think my facts are super fun, but maybe they're not. I don't know. All right, moving on. The real quick here, once again, Dr. Pepper. I cannot tell you how much I love drinking Dr. Pepper. Now it's an issue. I probably should drink more water, considering that the majority of what I drink is coffee and then Dr. Pepper. So I definitely need to drink more water, and you should as well. There are various manufacturing defects such as incomplete soldering, faulty encapsulation, or uneven cell connections can lead to reduced panel performance or reliability. You see this one right here where the little wafer there's a little cut, the one on the top. If you don't know, that's a polycrystalline. Hold on one second here. Let me just check on something for you real quick here. No, don't think. Oh, you know what? That's a good one right there. Let me see if I can bring this on over because I want to show you guys this real quick. Okay. Okay. You got that? Okay. Good. Real quickly, mono and polycrystalline solar panels. These are the two different types. You're going to see different defects and different issues with them depending on them. They both have different efficiency ratings, but they're made differently as well. As that picture that we just saw, it's got that little divot right there on that. Well, that divot, you know, the mono crystalline solar panels, the solar wafers, they've got those little, you know, dashes at the ends. They're not a true square where the poly is, it's just a square. The poly is silicone matter, and it's a bunch of chunks of it, and it's kind of thrown in together in like a bucket, and they kind of slice, you know, melt it together, and then they slice, make it a loaf of bread, and then little slices. Whereas the mono, they make it like a candle. They have this little arm thing that goes down into like a bowl of the crystalline, and then it pulls it up, and then they shave it on the sides, and they shave the sides down, and that's why it looks like that. So I want to add that in there. So you're going to see different things on the two of them. That's the reason why those look different, have that little white square like that, because that's how they're shaved down. But different types of defects that you'll find in there, like in that bottom one where the solar cell obviously has a little small discoloration, that is a little bit different than something like the yellow spots, or something where it's degradation due to moisture or heat getting into the solar panel, or delamination. That right there is not because of an effect that's taking place while out, either in transit, in installation, or cleaning, or just natural causes because of where they're installed. That would be stuff that's from defects from when they're made. I guess the thing that I want that I I have a hard time with this one. I really do, because I kind of just want to say, hey man, as far the owner of the solar panels, they're just kind of screwed. They got some solar panels that they're screwed. And usually, if there's a defect like this, it's not just in one solar wafer. It's like in a row of them, or you know, something like that. And then it's in all the solar panels, or a good amount of them. So that's just kind of what that is. Okay. The last one is inverter failures. And then bring this all together here and finish this off. And then if there's any kind of questions, we'll go ahead and try to answer that for you. Okay, although not directly a defect in the solar panel, inverters are critical components of the solar panel system. Inverter failures can result in power loss and system shutdown. Okay, so here's what I want to point out about this, and going with this picture right here, string inverter and microinverters. We saw earlier, let me see if I can go back up. I'm going to have to, junction boxes. So we see these junction boxes, which are on the back of solar panels. Those are not the back here. the microinverters, the in phase, if you will, which is basically what you'll see is the in phase. That's a little bit different. With the single inverter, you have 4 solar panels here, and you have one inverter. Used my thumb to count. My mustache sometimes is so itchy. Fun fact. String inverters, they have one inverter. So that's for all of them. So if there's a problem with the shading, the soiling, the EVA, there's a burnt panel, there's a broken panel, anything like that that takes place, like they're displaying here in the example, there's some shading in that top right one. And it looks like the shading due to the leafing, and then shading due to, I don't know, a tree, maybe a home or something like that. So it's given it 50%, and it's not 50% of each solar panel. That's 50% of the entire string with the microinverter. And I realize for some of you this might be like, oh, that's obvious stuff here. You know, bear with me here. Heartburn. Okay, so the microinverters are different, and obviously the opposite of this is that each one of these solar panels have a microinverter, and they tell the output of the solar panels. That's why some customers can look at their phone and see that some of their solar panels are putting out a certain amount, as opposed to some customers that have to look at the whole string and say, well, my whole system is putting out this. That's because they have a string inverter versus the microinverter. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hold on here. I'm almost done too. Hold on. Ah, that's good. Um, my daughter wants a cinnamon roll. Dad, hurry up! I want a cinnamon roll. She's helping me out this Thursday. Okay. Let me bring this back up here and get right where I was at. We're almost finished here, guys. We're almost finished. 48 minutes, so we only have 12 minutes left, and we may not make it all the way up to 12 minutes. Okay, so string inverter and microinverter, and then all the problems, a slew of problems, a plethora of problems that we have discussed already up to here. The degradation and the defects of the solar panels for the various different reasons that take place, the elements around and the elements that can cause problems with this. So that's basically what we're looking at here. Is that's what's going to happen? Is that either it's going to cause a problem to a partial part of the system, or just a few solar panels. So the amount of energy of production that is being lost or gained from solar panel cleaning can vary in so many different factors. So from an average of what residential customers or commercial customers may have in production loss in a year's time or annually in any particular state, does not apply to every single home. It varies. So when I say things like that, I check the inverter before and after the cleaning, it is not just a sales tactic. It's not to say, hey, there's a percentage. It's a whole comprehensive cleaning that we're trying to give to our customers, which I think you guys are, and I think everybody should be moving towards a more comprehensive solar panel cleaning. We have already mastered getting up onto a rooftop, cleaning solar panels, and sending an invoice and collecting money. The next part of this evolution is to increase not only just the efficiency of solar panels, but increase the customer service within residential or commercial. With commercial, it is a different factor because different things play a part in this. Because with commercial, you have solar panel cleaners that are coming in before and after there's already a team of people who are doing readings of the solar panels and basically checking all these things that we've just talked about. They go off on our checklist to make sure that those solar panels are efficient as possible and bringing in all the optimal, getting as close to the optimal output, that actual output versus the optimal output. Beat that in there. Think about that. That's something I want you guys to start using. Or you can if you want. That sounded very pushy. I apologize. This all ties in together. there is a lot more that we can be doing for our customers. And when we think about the power loss, we need to know why and what we're looking at. It is important for us to stay safe and make sure that we can go ahead and recognize the dangers that are out there and solar panels that are dangerous to clean. But why are they dangerous? And why is there a loss of efficiency? What am I looking at? There was a person who posted in the group recently that had looked like some plastic had melted on some solar panels, and I've seen this before. Paint overspray, plastic, whether somebody was working up on the rooftop after solar panels were installed, or the solar panels installers themselves left their plastic bottle on the solar panels, and that heat generated from them melted it. Recently, I got up onto a rooftop and I went live. You guys might have caught that live stream where I was at an appointment, and I didn't do it because there was a problem with the solar panels. And luckily, the installer came out and said, yes, there is an issue with it. Basically, there is a wiring and a connector issue with it, but the solar panels were beaming hot, and there was a bouncy ball, like a kid's bouncy ball, that was shoved underneath one of them, and it was burning, melting. It was black, so it wasn't burning like it was on fire. Let me be specific, but it probably could have gotten close. I don't know how long that ball had been up there, but these different types of things can cause issues for solar panels, whether it be the shading, the soiling, or any of that. And no residential or commercial install is the same. Location is different. All solar panels are different. So it is possible to say that a solar panel could have, or solar panel system could have, anywhere between 0 to 100% efficiency loss. And the data for that is right in what we were just talking about in the solar panels themselves. The data is in the solar panels. You know, what we're talking about, the actual validation of that is within the solar panels themselves. So if we look back at all that, then we can get using the formula that was in the mini episode from earlier this week, we can come up with the percentage. But all these different types of things still take a lot of inside knowledge. And I also want to say, as we're picking these all apart with our customers, one of the things that I had mentioned, I think someone else did as well, a few different people had said that just checking them on one cleaning, the before and after readings of the inverter and checking all these different things and notating them, that's great for that cleaning, but is it overall effective? And 100% overall, it's not. And that is the point that I'm trying to drive with that, and this overall more comprehensive cleaning, whether it be residential or commercial, is that over time, you're going to have customers that you're going to do different types of cleanings, and they're going to have different type of scheduling. I have customers that are 3 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1 times a year that we're cleaning them. And every single time we go out there, we report this information, we put it all down in the profile, and we look back on it. So it's a comparison over a long period of time that allows us to get more of a better understanding of their system and how it's affecting with its area. That way we can target down how often it should be cleaned. And getting to what I'm going to be talking about next week is agitations on solar panels. And I'm going to be talking about water-fed poles, manual water-fed cleaning. And there's 2 water manuals on this. I will say that, again, when I first started out, I only had $500, went to Home Depot, bought what we were able to get, which included an 18-foot extension painter's pole and an 8-inch janitor's brush that we got from the cleaning aisle that sucked. I can't emphasize that enough. But the different types of, that's a manual brush right there. That is just straight manual. Or a manual water-fed brush where the water is carried through a tube through the pole, or sometimes I prefer to put the tube through the pole, but do as you will. But anyways, it goes to the brush and water comes out and you scrub. Those are 2 types of manual. Then there's also the rotation brush and rotary brushes. You have the brush, one big spinning brush, and then you have two brushes, rotary brushes. So we're going to be talking about that. And how they have an effect on solar panels. And we're going to be looking into the agitations. The agitations of what we're doing when we're cleaning solar panels. How many agitations are we doing when we go out there and clean the solar panels? How does that affect the anti-reflective coating, which is a thin coat that goes on top, just a thin coat that goes on top of the glass. All right, so this thin coating, this anti-reflective coating, not only does it stop the solar panels from being annoying from your customer, excuse me, from your neighbors, for the neighbors of your customers, and for the solar panels to shine brightly all over reflect all over the place and annoy the hell out of people, but it also helps to absorb the UV radiations that are coming from the sun. So how does this affect it with these cleanings that we're doing, the equipment that we use, the cleanings that we do, the amount of cleanings yearly, how many agitations, all this kind of plays a part. How does that make, what kind of cause does that have effect does that have on the anti-reflective coating? Because this all goes into it. It all kind of ties together. What is the loss of the efficiency? These are all reasons, and what are we contributing to that loss? Right, there's a good question right there. That's something we should be talking about. Solar panel cleaning friends, if you want to go to the website, that's over there at spcfonline.com. I haven't done too many updates on it recently, which I'm going to get to that, and I got some articles to write. Go ahead, if you haven't, for those that are joining us from YouTube or any other social platforms, go over to facebook.com/groups/solar panel cleaning friends. Man, Dr. Pepper. Guys should send me some. Okay. That is the group that is the #1 community for professional solar panel cleaners. It has over 6,000 members, about 3,000, 5,000 that are active in the group, and that's kind of cool. The rest of them just kind of chill out. Apparently to the statistics. If you are in the Facebook land, go over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel at youtube.com/SolarPanelCleaningFriends. Check us on at Instagram at SolarPanelCleaningFriends. I'm on Twitter, where sometimes I like to get on there and talk gibberish, at SPCF community. And you can even go to Reddit, because now we have some communities on Reddit, and there will be each one of these different kind of social platforms. I plan to put up different things. So you'll see this podcast and a few other different things on these right here, and that is at r/SolarPanelCleaning or r/SolarPanelCleaners. There's 2 of them. It's awesome. Don't forget that this podcast is presented, or I should say sponsored, by Solar Tech, the first online solar panel cleaning certification program, and it is super, super awesome. I've gone through it. I've gone through the 2 different solar panel courses that are out there. And I'm actually going to be checking out the safety course from the Expert Safety Services from Michael Draper. I'll be checking that out probably today, tomorrow, and the next day. Super excited about it. So I'll be reporting back to you on that one. You can get that in connection with the Solar Tech certification course, a PV certification course, which focuses heavily on the utility large scale. So if you're wanting to get into the commercial aspect, the utility large scale, I implore you to go ahead and check out Carla's course, because there is a lot of great information. You get a certificate from them that they post on their website. They have a partners list on their website that you can use to share with your customers, which is really, really good. Talk about getting the upper leg on the competition in your hometown. So check that out. I don't know another service that's doing anything like that, and that just improves your rating and your look. Other than that, guys, live every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be back here next week. Next week, we are, like I said, we're going to be talking about that arc. We're going to talk a little bit more about our cleaning and the agitations, the amount of cleanings, and kind of bringing a little bit all this stuff together. I don't know who will be with us next week, but somebody's going to be live with us. I'm planning to have 1 or 2 people joining in on the conversation. So if you have any kind of questions or anything that you'd like us to go ahead and answer, let us know. Drop them in the comments. Send me a message. We'll get to them. We'll talk about as much solar panel cleaning as possible, because hold on here, let me just change this up. There's my pretty face. Because that's what we're here to do. is Solar Panel Clean Friends is to pay it forward. That's why we created this group. Thank you so much for joining along with us. Thank you so much for posting in the group. The community, the questions, everything you guys do is just really, really awesome. And I love it. I'm speechless and a loss of words every time I think about how amazing the solar panel cleaning community is. So with that, guys, thank you so much for another beautiful episode of Solar Panel Cleaning Podcast. This is the second episode of the third season, third podcast, third season. I'm gonna call it what you will. We will see you guys next week. All right, take care.